All right. Welcome to the Potomac Curling Club. We are webcasting from the 2023 Junior Bonspiel. This is Draw 3. Here in the booth, we've got lots of awesome people. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, but my name is F.L. Etlin. I'm a longtime member of Potomac and excited to be here at this beautiful 9:30 a.m. start.
David Schlanger, I'm the Vice President of Potomac. My daughter Camille is curling on Sheet B right now.
So we're still making sure our tech, like I'm coming in and out. Oh.
So so if you have problems with your sound, it's your mute button. You just need to wiggle it a little bit. So your headset for it.
Let's see.
That better?
I'm coming in. There I am. I'm there. I'm
Okay.
here. Hi, this is F.L. Etlin. I'm not sure if you heard me before because our mute buttons were playing tricks. I don't think I heard Dave Schlanger either, so go for it, Dave.
I'm Dave Schlanger, I'm the Vice President of Potomac.
Oh, we got problems with your you two there. Try again. Keep talking.
I'm Dave Schlanger, Vice President of Potomac. All right, switch to the other headset.
All right, well, the
Keep
Draw
going.
3 is underway. I'm going to keep chatting while we sort out Dave's situation.
Can you hear me?
Nope.
How about now?
Yeah, that's better. Keep talking. Let me wiggle it till you're right. You need to keep talking.
The game has started.
Pardon our technical difficulties.
Now?
And I just made a Facebook post saying how awesome that our tech has gotten so much better over the years since I started webcasting here as we developed the ability to do so many years ago. And now our system is being a little flaky. But, you know, it's early. We haven't poured enough coffee in the vents of the whatever that is over there, soundboard.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right.
Try to get the mic a little closer to your mouth.
To hear my deep breathing?
Yes. Okay, let's try this again, Dave Schlanger. Introduce yourself.
I'm Dave Schlanger. I'm the Vice President of Potomac Curling Club until next April.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
It is no longer a thankless task.
So, we already have several stones in play on Sheet B.
We do. We are most of the way. Let's see. We're into seconds stones. I'm sorry we missed the lead stones, but I mean they've done well. There's some rocks in play. I can see at the far end there's a red rock at the back of the forefoot, and there's a yellow rock in the top 12, and there's a long red guard. I'm pretty impressed. That's a lot of rocks in play for a first end. Okay, maybe that's just me. We are looking at high caliber, competitive junior bonspieling here, so I'm looking forward to this game.
Are you comparing it to Friday night, FL?
I am only curling in the very social, very fun late draw on Friday nights this season, so yes.
Very food-driven league.
Very food-driven, that's true. I'm food motivated, I'm not going to lie. So, Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit more about our team here?
Which team? The Potomac team? Well, it's the Potomac Bucks team. Yeah? So there are 3 girls on one team. Sadly, they don't have a fourth. Freya is playing skip. Camille is vicing. And Becca is lead. So I think we just saw the last stone thrown by Becca right now, which looks really nice.
So that was the third lead stone, essentially, for that team.
Yeah.
For those that are not aware, if you don't have all 4 players, you can still participate with 3, but it's the lead and the vice will each throw 3 stones, and the skip will still throw 2.
Yeah, so we have a big age variety on that team. I think that Freya's 12, and I think Becca's 14, and I know Camille is 16.
Okay, so it's all even out there.
I'm pretty sure. Becca's the one I'm unsure about.
Okay. They look pretty chipper for this hour.
Camille didn't seem chipper about 45 minutes ago when we were driving here.
Well, that's fair.
I don't know the other team. Can you see their names?
I do. So Team Major, and I do not know if they are playing in the order listed. I apologize. I also don't know this team, but they're listed in the order of Owen Major at skip, Matthew Lappert at vice, Liam, oh gosh, you want to take a stab at that one? Guerin? Guerin. It's a good name. It's unusual. I like it. And at lead, we've got Luke Stanoch. Again, I've probably mangled all of those names, and I apologize for that. Nonetheless, we're happy to have them here. And you said they are from Bucks?
I believe they're from Bucks or Bucks Philly or some combination.
As you can tell, this is the early draw. We have not done our research. I apologize, but we're here, and we're excited to see this game. And I guess we ought to start paying attention to the curling because they're actually really on fire.
Yeah, there are lots of stones in the 4-foot.
This is already wildly different from Friday Night League.
Don't you usually try to draw to the 4-foot?
I do. I have not had draw weight this year yet. I hope springs eternal.
We've got an interesting squid hat on sheet C.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Actually, we've got more than one interesting hat, I think.
Oh, yeah, I see maybe some googly eyes way down there. I should have worn my glasses, I guess. Oh, wait, there's the reading glasses. They won't help.
Yeah, we have multiple glasses going on here. Sadly.
Well, since you have a 16-year-old daughter playing in this tournament, I guess that makes sense. I have no excuse.
Yeah, it's funny how they suddenly become 16.
Yeah. All right, so this is Camille's second rock of 3. Again, she's throwing 3 rocks each end because they are playing on a 3-person team. This looks really good.
It may overcurl.
It's overcurling. Almost held it, but it's going to just chip that top 12 and spill out. Well, it opens things up a little bit. I haven't even really looked to see who has hammer. Did you?
Nope, no idea. Actually, it looks like yellow has hammer.
Okay. Well, that's, they've opened up the middle then. That's okay.
Could be okay.
Well, they need to get in there, so. So this should be the last vice rock here on the Team Major. Presumably thrown by Matthew.
I'm going to get one hog to hog here.
Okay.
And it looks
like a just
guard.
barely hog, yeah.
It looks like
you're going to legitimately get a hog to
guard.
hog. I think they got it ever. I think.
Nope.
Ooh, no, they didn't. Okay, well, you can't have a hog to hog on that one.
I have no hog to hogs. No hog to hogs this end. That was my one chance.
All right, well, this is going to be a hit, I suspect, so probably not your best hog to hog time either. That's pretty tight ice. Is this ice running straight this weekend?
No. Well, I don't know, maybe, but I would have given a little more ice.
Yeah, that seems
not
like
to be critical.
No, not at all.
I just know Camille. I know her weights. Well, this could be close. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, really nice sweeping. Okay. Hit and flop. Just a little rolled out from behind cover there. I think it's probably third shot.
Yep. It looks like red still won.
Yep, I agree. So red's sitting first shot and yellow has second and third. All of them in the 4-foot. And fourth rock is full 8. I mean, it's my kind of curling to watch. I wish it was my curling to play.
Yeah, it is hard to watch other people play all weekend and not feel motivated to get out there.
Yes. We talked about Friday Night League. Of course, the Friday Night League did not play this week because of the junior Bonspiel, but that's a worthy sacrifice once in a while. suspect they're just going to kind of draw in on this pile here, but maybe they're looking for a guard instead. What would you do here? Would you throw another one into the 4-foot?
I wouldn't mind one top fort, but I think light,
it's a little heavy
light
here.
is the pro side,
Yeah.
and that is not.
Okay, well, that was less good of an outcome. I
Yeah.
think they're now third shot.
And I didn't get the hug dog again. I'm failing.
No, you're not failing. You're not failing. You're just
Mesmerized by the different screens I'm supposed to look at. There's like 8 different screens.
I really do like our setup. Once we get the mics working, the actual like tech and the way Ken has massaged the usability of those views is amazing.
Yeah, if we did this more than once a year, we might get really good at it.
Oh, does that mean we're going to do another one later today?
I don't know. Are you going to be around?
Maybe.
I'll be around.
Okay. Well then, maybe. All right. So this is, you said.
So I got a 361 split time on that.
Okay. And so this is Freya's first skip stone. It looks like the ice is maybe a little
And I
faster
got
than they expected.
12-second hog to hog.
Oh, look at you being all techie. Okay.
So I actually got times on that one, and that was a good result.
That was a good result, absolutely. So red still has 2 rocks in the house, but they're in the back 8 and back 12, and yellow's got that's.
There's still a lot of back house stuff going on.
There
So red could
is.
easily come down in there and
Absolutely.
outcount them.
This is, at the moment, still set up for steals. But we'll see what happens here. We've got one more of Team Major's stones to come. He's a tall youth. I think that's one of the things I find fascinating, just glancing out at the overall ice shed environment, is because we have, juniors being such a wide age range, and their levels of physical maturity are so wildly different. The height differential, as I glance across, is really stands out. I don't think they're drawing in here. I think they're hitting.
We have a lot of different ages here, for sure.
I'm not sure I wouldn't have tried to draw down to something, but I guess maybe a hit might feel safer here.
A hit and a little flop is also really good.
That's true. I don't know that they're going to be able
I think it's going to roll.
Double.
Oh, yeah, double.
Yeah, nice shot. Okay. If nothing else, they've limited the damage to 2.
Yeah.
And they've certainly given themselves a chance to maybe steal. It's hard to say who's shot here. The angle's not directly over the button.
Right.
It's close is the answer. Or, as I like to say, that's a vice problem. Unless Freya can fix the situation.
Freya's got very stylish pants, I will say.
Yes. And I actually really like the headgear that she's wearing, the protective kind of. It's not like the halo. It
looks wide.
Yeah, it does.
It might get one of the back ones.
I don't think so.
But probably not.
Yeah. Oh, it did. Well done.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
for
so
them.
now it is a vice problem. So someone's going to score 1 here in the first end.
Well, we'll know in a second.
Absolutely. Well, they've decided quickly. They did not need to measure anything. They've made their decision. And we'll see if they hang us a score, or at least who gets in a hack. That ought to tell us.
Looks like yellow got 1.
Yes, indeed.
Headphones again. Still kind of yuck.
Ken's trying to get his
Headset working?
headset working.
Any better?
Yes. No, briefly.
Maybe.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Crackly. You sound very intimidating right now, Ken.
I could put it on the reverb thing if you sound even more intimidating.
I can hear you. It's impressive.
All right, so this one looks like it might need a little help to get over the hog line.
Second end ice.
It's not.
Still running uphill.
Yeah.
By the way, our ice crew is out this morning. getting everything set up today. There's some wonderful volunteers that give their time at early hours to make this ice as good as we can possibly make it, and I'm really thankful for them. And I'm sure the curlers are as well.
Thank you to all the volunteers in the kitchen especially.
Oh,
I know
yes.
that's a huge amount of work.
Yes, feeding this many juniors. Not to mention the volunteers. Thank you.
And we have some awesome raffle donations this year. I will say that we have a club member who went to the Pan-Continental competition and came back with 3 signed shirts. Team Gushu, like the whole USA contingent, and Team Fujisawa.
Oh, that's amazing. I glanced on my way in, but then I got distracted socializing. It was a shock. So I'm going to have to go take another look and get in on that raffle.
We'll see what's sheet D is. This is Hammer on sheet D.
Right.
We're supposed to look at other sheets?
Yeah, well, keeping an eye on other sheets just to see what the ends are. So looks like 2 yellow. That was Hammer, right? Yeah.
Oh, nice. Ooh,
So
just sailed through a little bit.
For
They
Henrik
made a little bit
Carlson.
more contact with that rock. They probably would have managed to split and stick around.
Sheet D is so far away.
Yeah, and sheet A is one of the developmental teams. We don't have to pay too much attention to them. So
Why
Yes,
not?
we do. Absolutely, we do. These are our future.
they only play 6 end games, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But
They have the enviable flexibility of youth, though.
So we have a very nice center guard on B.
And I assume we're playing with the no-tick rule?
We are.
here's a raise attempt on sheet A. Almost worked. But
This looks like a pretty good draw if it slows down.
Yeah, they were sweeping for line. They don't want to tick because we were talking about this no-tick rule. I think it might just sail through with a little aggressive skip sweeping. Good job. So that I don't know what the experience level is of any viewers that might be checked in. And good morning, Michael Ray. Thank you for chatting. I just glanced at the chat. So for anyone who might be tuning in who isn't as familiar with curling, the basic scoring premise is after all of the rocks have been delivered in each end, and we are in the second end of 8 here. Whichever team's color is closest to the center of our little target area we call the house, that team will be the only team to score, and they will score as many points that are closer to the center of the house than their opposition, as long as those rocks are at least touching the rings. So that's your basic curling lesson in N2, and I'm sure most of our viewers are more familiar with curling, but just in case, you might have somebody that you're tuning in to watch that you aren't as familiar with their sport.
That's a great explanation, FL. Can you move on to the more important scoring, the monkey points?
That's advanced. We'll talk about that in the 8th.
Later in the game?
Yes.
Okay. If we see one happen, maybe.
If we see one happen, yes, absolutely.
Well,
All right, so
we
this
can't
is
talk about the draw to button, right? For this particular draw is the what is it? If you draw to the button, you
Box.
You yell. It should be box, but they called it something else.
Oh, okay.
I forget what they called it, but yeah. Was it just draw to the button, or was it doubles also?
I think it was just draw to the button on this draw.
Is it
Okay.
draw to the button or draw to the full 4?
Probably. I don't know.
Button is what I heard.
Jeez,
Wow.
that's pretty particular.
That is tight. That's tough.
Is that why all the stones are going toward the button? That's what I would do.
So what is their motivation for this draw to the button, other than you've drawn to the button?
You get the box, and then whoever I guess is it at the end of the game whoever has the box, or is it
Whenever
just
they
at
ring
some
the
point
bell or
ring the
something.
bell? Okay.
Oh, all right.
Usually.
Some arbitrary time, whatever's in the box is they win. I guess that's the way it works.
Yeah, it's usually better than actually winning the game, winning the box.
Now, I'm familiar with the concept of that kind of game from other Bonspiels, but we were never so precise. We always had a draw to the 4-foot or a double takeout were worthy of claiming the box, and then whoever had it at the appropriate moment.
Well, this one's going for the button.
Yeah, that one looks pretty good.
Oh, just a little short for the box game, but a really nice draw to the almost biting the 4-foot.
but almost completely exposed, so
It-
is calling for the hit.
It is indeed. It's I've got a nice right from behind it view sitting over here, and yeah, it's 95% exposed.
So Freya wants to cross the nose so they can kind of roll behind the guards a little
I
bit.
don't know if you're going to be able to
ideally.
cross the nose with that guard there.
I think
it's way
they're
too
better
wide
off.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too wide. They're better off. They were better off trying to just hit that and flop out to the wing, I think.
I think so too. So Team Major is trying to take advantage of their hammer. And again, for those viewers who may be less experienced with curling, when we say the hammer, we just mean the advantage of shooting last in the end. And Team Major, who are the Red Rocks, has hammer in this end, so they'll be throwing last. So they're, at the moment, pretty well set up. Other than those yellow guards.
Well,
But they're sitting pretty in the house behind those yellow guards. So
they've got one in there. So,
two in there.
oh, you're right. Yeah, they own the back 12.
It's early and math is hard.
This one looks wide and heavy.
It does. I think the ice is speeding up.
It could be.
So that often happens, the mid part of the second end around here.
They're gonna try the same shot that just went wide and heavy.
All right.
Lots of wide and heavy right now. We'll see what happens.
Oh, this is much better line. Might be a little too tight, but I think with some sweeping, this is going to work out.
Yeah,
I
I think
I think they're okay. I think they're going to
it's gonna
clear
be
it.
close.
I think they're going to clear it. Yeah, they're cleared it. They're going to roll out a little like we talked about, maybe double the
no,
back.
the double would be pretty sweet.
There it is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice shot. Got some applause in the warm room. And that rock was thrown by Camille and swept by Becca and called by Freya. It's a really nice team shot.
So they may try to hit this and flop under.
Michael Ray says he has accumulated at least 6 monkey points in his curling career.
Only 6? Again, it's a little wide, but I think it will get the yellow one.
It will. It's not going to stick around, but
Do we need to explain monkey points?
FL will in good time.
so monkey points are a tradition here at the Potomac Curling Club. I'm not sure how widely it has advanced outside of the club. However, there is a theoretical catalog of, not theoretical, a closely guarded catalog of monkey merchandise, which can be earned by collecting monkey points as you play. You have to log those monkey points, and there's only 2 ways to get them. One of them is a centerline guard within 3 feet of the house. Not so hard, you'd think. And the other one is a lot harder. It is a biter on the tee line. Again, for those who are not as familiar, a biter is a rock that's just touching the rings but not all the way in. For example, the yellow rock that's about to be tapped, that remains a biter. The new one is a biter. So it is just overlapping the ring a little bit, but not all the way in. That's considered a biter. And then the tee line is the side-to-side line right through the middle of the house, because it kind of forms a T with the center line. And so if you can have a little biter that is touching the tee line, that would be your much harder to get monkey point. It's still only worth 1 monkey point, though.
We don't see those very often.
We do not.
We actually went for one this last Friday when you went to the bathroom.
Oh, good for you.
We said, what should we call? You said, call whatever you want. We said,
Yes.
we're going for a flob monkey point.
But
But we won't talk about what a flob is.
No, we will not. But that is essentially a biter. I was very careful not to use that term, Dave.
Well, it's just an acronym. It can mean anything.
Yes. It ends in B for biter.
Yep. So she'd see there was a nice draw to bite the house, and
This-
now they're...
That's a lot of rocks in play on C.
This
They're
looks
actually gonna-
tight and heavy.
Ooh, it's going to be a tap up but deep over
I
there
think
on
they were
sheet
trying
C.
to hit it and flop in.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking at sheet C.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
distracted.
I can only look at one sheet at a time.
Me too. The problem is I was looking at the wrong sheet.
There are a lot of stones in play on sheet C, though.
There
I'm
are,
look-
which
I'm
is why I was
looking right now.
distracted.
That looks like Friday night.
It does.
I'm not trying to pick on Friday night.
Yeah.
Friday night is fun.
Or a first end where you end up with a lot of guards because their ice is a little slow.
Yeah.
True, which is often on Friday night.
Yeah.
We do okay.
On Friday night, every end's the first end. Is that what you're saying?
No, not
but,
at all.
But the first end, the ice is usually fairly slow.
Sometimes we run the rocks
Instead of nipping.
in addition to nipping.
I remember one time we did it instead of nipping.
Well, we didn't have the nipper at the early part of the year. It was.
Oh, this year at least.
Yes. All right, so this is a draw. Seems a little wide, but let's see how much is curling here in the second end. It's starting to come back.
I can't see it.
It's heavy.
It's a bit heavy. I think the line was really good. Oh, it's digging in. It's
If
going to be
it-
nice. We
if
just
it-
need to finish it now. Get it behind cover there.
Yeah, that
Oh, they're going for the box.
that puts. oh, it is the box.
All right.
They're not yelling for it. I think they forgot. I'd be yelling for it.
All right, they
So-
have remembered the box, and they've meandered down to take, I guess it's really a bag.
This is the hammer shot for Team Major, and there's now a fair amount of pressure here because there are 3 yellow stones. in the
Absolutely.
house.
I mean,
One
they
in
do
the
have
back
that
button.
open draw. They can just follow the yellow rock down that was just thrown, which is more challenging than it kind of sounds. Ooh, good save over there.
Wow. So on
Okay, here comes our last stone of the second end here in draw 3 at the Potomac Curling Club Junior Bonspiel 2023. They are not sweeping. They are concerned this might be a bit heavy, and it's a little
Yeah.
bit wide for that weight. I think if it was,
It is a little outside.
I think it probably would have curled a lot more if it were just a little lighter. So I think that this is going to wind up for a steal of 3.
Steal of 3
Yeah.
for Team Stilp.
And the box, all in one end.
All right.
That's a pretty good end.
That's a pretty good end,
Yeah.
yes.
Which do you think is more
but-
happy about, the 3 or the box?
But the
Don't know.
the match is young. This is only the second end of, I presume, 8.
Yes, it should be 8.
So that's scheduled for 8. So there's plenty of time to come back here. And they do retain the advantage of the hammer. Again, we're just doing some basics in case we have new viewers.
I see Zach throwing not the hammer, the next to last
The gavel.
stone. No, because it's not. The red is about to throw the gavel. But
Oh.
he's trying to navigate his way through this
The first skip stone.
through this mess of guards and things.
He's
I
going to
think
do a
it's
little
going
tap.
to tap his
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
That's
Very
a good
nice.
shot.
Well
Definitely
protected.
They got shot rock now, so that's good and protected, yeah.
Yep. So as I was saying over here on sheet B, Team Major did retain the advantage of last rock, the hammer, because the way it works is after an end is concluded, whichever team scored will shoot first. If no team scores, then we will just keep it the way it was, and whoever went first goes first again. So in this case, Team Major has retained hammer.
Which is good in the short term. It's a good way of looking at it. Okay, well, we gave up points, but we get the hammer back.
That's right.
If it happens more than a couple times, then you start to be like, I don't want the hammer anymore.
Or as I often say on Fridays, if I could just get rid of this pesky hammer. So Dave, which leagues do you play in?
So I play in Tuesday night doubles and Wednesday night Capital League. And I'm here on Monday nights to bring my daughter Camille for Women's League. She curls in Women's League.
And you've been a
That's
frequent
about it.
spare in on Fridays.
Frequent sparring on Fridays and a little bit on Sundays. And I coach juniors on Sundays too. and at board meetings.
So, would it be safe to say that you have a cot in the back room? For
Sadly, no, and there's no sofa anymore. But I do
Yes.
have a very understanding wife.
Yes, you do. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, so on sheet C, the red attempted to double, just took out the one yellow and leaves yellow throwing hammer. No, it will be throwing hammer, right?
Yes, that's hammer for
sitting-
sheet C.
So they're sitting one.
So it can pretty much do the same shot he threw
Yeah,
last
just
time.
bump into that one they just thrown, and they get two.
Yep, so they need to be full 12 to score their second point. There is a red rock in the back 12 that is just not quite full 12. So full 12 or better on sheet C, and that team will score 2.
And we do have a chat for Let's Go Team Tutor. They're over on sheet D. We'll be looking at that in a minute for their hammer. Tutor just got a break when Carlson accidentally hit out one of his own stone after moving a bunch of rocks. So I think Tutor's sitting one, going to draw for 2. Oh, looks like a perfect draw on sheet C.
Beautiful. Well done.
Just what he wanted.
Oh.
A nice
Thing
2
of
rocks
beauty.
in the red. Look at that. So ties up the score on sheet C, 2-2.
So Becca has thrown her third yellow stone here on sheet B, the featured sheet. They did a little bit of sweeping, but I think that may have just been a little bit of enthusiasm because it's behind the tee. But it's going to stick around on the full 8. Not entirely behind cover. I'd say maybe 40% covered, but that's okay. They're not trying to take that out. They're wisely calling for the draw. As particularly earlier in the ends, you sometimes need to think about the fact to score multiple points, you need rocks. And for a little while, it doesn't really matter which color they are.
That's a hammer on sheet D, so the draw attempt's too heavy, so it leaves 1. That is 1 red, I think. Yeah, definitely 1 red. Oh, and over on sheet A, that was the other on. That was just the last vice rock.
So yeah, the red team, very nice draw, almost down to the yellow one.
Very nice. And behind cover, this one.
Yeah.
So it's got a little bit of protection from the front and the side, rear. Camille is going to just try to remove this red guard. And if it does something else back there, bonus. All right, this one looks like it's pretty close to the broom.
It does.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Maybe.
It's just going to peel.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to peel it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was pretty successful. She hasn't quite peeled her own out, but that's okay. There's nothing behind it right now. Ideally, probably would have wanted that to roll out a little bit more.
Well, they don't have the hammer, so they can use that one.
Absolutely. Team Major's calling for a guard to protect what they've gained so far. Just put it back. This looks pretty peppy. I haven't really noted the times yet, but it seems like it might be a little bit more than a guard.
The ice is sped up a little bit, but it's still fairly slowish.
No, it's coming down. Okay. I think they've gone to plan B. Let's just put it in the house since it's not covering. It's just a little wide.
Which is fine.
Good plan B. So they've got a biter. So currently Team Major sitting 1 in the back 4 and has third rock biting at the top. Freya's not distracted by the things in the center of the house. She's going to continue to take out the things that could potentially guard those things. I think that's a wise play at this mid-game, mid-end situation.
I think that was Camille's release didn't seem right on that.
Yeah,
one.
she's pretty narrow. She could go plan B here and go
plan
for the
B,
red,
gonna
and
try
it's in the
chipping out
house.
red, which might actually work.
It came out of her hand weird.
Plan
so.
B, you're going to pick out the red.
Look at that.
Okay.
And roll under the yellow one. Not really, slightly.
All right.
Yeah, but
well,
both the yellow rocks in the back of the house. Not ideal, but it's certainly when you don't have hammer.
now I feel like I'm on Fridays because there is a lot of plan Bs. in my games at least.
More than Plan B's.
Well, true. Well, that was a lovely Plan B. It was not the called shot. But sometimes you get a happy result.
It is good to pick shots with lots of potential for success.
Absolutely. Unless the reason you have lots of potentials for success is because it is a target-rich environment. But yeah, that's one of the joys of curling with newer curlers or with developmental curlers or with anybody who's having a day. It's sometimes fun to be able to adapt on the fly, and that was a good heads-up Plan B call.
This looks like a good shot.
It does. It's a really nice draw down to that back, the yellow that's in the full 8.
Yep.
It's behind cover. It's well placed.
So Freya wants to clear her own guard since it's guarding that red rock.
Like the
Or
call.
maybe, unless she wants to run back the yellow. But either way, just going to clear it.
Calling for sweeping on and off. Good communication on this team. And nice throw. So these are the vice rocks here. Again, I'm going to go back to rudimentary curling discussion, assuming traditional order of play. You've got 4 people on your team, which, of course, as we've discussed, the Potomac team does not have 4. They've got 3. But this team major does have 4 players. So they have a lead, a second, a third, or vice skip or vice, all the same person, and a skip. And if they play traditional order, the lead throws the first 2, the second throws numbers 3 and 4, the vice will throw 5 and 6, and the skip comes down and throws 7 and 8. So that was the second vice rock, which means there's 2 rocks left for team major here in this end. Also, as it happens, 4.
So team major put a guard up pretty much where the yellow guard was.
That's a good play.
It's actually in a better place than the yellow guard was because it makes it harder to get the
I don't know
inside
if
of
I
the
wouldn't
red
have
rock,
tried for a top
or the
12
outside
guard.
of the rock.
But
I would have just liked Stone out counting the yellows. 2 stones in there out counting the yellows.
Yeah, I agree with that.
With the hammer.
Absolutely.
So
Although that would have potentially set them up for a double takeout, which,
yeah, depending on where you are.
depending, they do have the advantage of that yellow rock right behind their current shot rock that is red. Makes it harder to remove, unless you get the angles right. This is tight ice. Does Freya typically...
I think she's trying to peel.
Well,
Or is
And
she
she
trying to
throws
run
heavy.
back to the red?
okay, yeah, I was going to say she must throw some decent weight. Yeah,
she
this
does.
looks good. I think that's going to work out just fine. Nice throw.
Oh, yep, that was a lot of weight.
Yes. With our curling situation, the faster you deliver the stone, the faster it's sliding, the less it will curl. So when we say that was tight ice, we mean that the target she was aiming for, which was the vice skip's broom, was pretty close to where they wanted it to wind up. So they necessarily had to throw that rock pretty quickly to make that shot work. And they did. If they wanted to, for example, draw in or throw up a guard, you would take a lot more ice and expect that rock to curl 2 or 3 feet as it goes down the ice, depending. I don't think our ice is curling much more than 2 feet right now.
You think?
I haven't noticed a whole lot of swing yet.
Yeah. It should be at least, my guess is it's at least 3 feet on a draw.
Well, we're about to find out. Or a guard, either way. It's the same idea, slower. So we'll see. He's got his broom there on the edge of the 8-foot, 12-foot line, and we'll see where we wind up. I'm trying to see. That's pretty close to on line, too.
Is he still trying to guard that?
I think they're going in.
Okay, I hope they're going in because
Over
they
on
should go in.
Sheet A, draw attempt on hammer. Looks a little heavy. Might bump into something. Maybe one in the back.
All right, so this is still a guard, and it
Interesting.
only curled
It didn't curl
2
much.
feet.
Well,
Yeah, I think it's just, just one red.
it's
on
running
sheet
very
A.
straight. You're right.
At least on this line.
Yeah.
It's one of the challenges of being in the house as a curler. You're trying to figure out how far if I put my broom here and we throw this weight, where will the rock wind up? And it's quite an art form to read the ice and to do it faster than the opposition can.
And it's constantly changing.
It is. Ice conditions change, and it starts curling more or less, or sometimes other things happen. Not generally on our ice, but
So Freya just threw that
that
very
highs-
heavy peel.
And now she's got to
she's
convert.
trying to draw,
looks
I
tight.
think down to the red one.
Line was a little tight, but I think the weight is perhaps a little up. So we're going to see how this shakes out.
It looks like it could be good.
All right.
They get it
They're
there.
both sweeping. I think they can get it there. It might overcurl just a hair, but I think that's going to be shot rock.
Still puts a lot of pressure on.
Oh, that's a really nice shot.
That's a good shot.
Really nice shot. That is tough to go from throwing a fast hit to a pretty draw to the 12-foot, or to the tee line. Hold on.
I think I would have liked it if it stayed top house, but
I would have liked it I actually probably would have liked it to be just a little bit closer to the center line and frozen on that red rock at the back.
That would have
gives
been
up
fine.
It gives up the possibility of a draw for one by doing that, but this did already.
Oh, no, I think they can draw for two. Just a heavy draw. Just all they have to do is tap that yellow. Like, well, in that direction, it would be about half a foot or so.
Mm-hmm.
it is overburied
Yeah, it is.
on the side they need to tap it on.
Yeah,
So
it's going to be. They'd have to get a lot of curl with enough weight.
Well, we'll see if it curls more going this direction, because that is still that 2 feet of curl. If it were 2 feet of curl, it would not curl enough if he hits this broom. So we'll see if it curls more going this direction. Again, that's a ice condition situation. Sometimes it curls more one direction than the other. They're sweeping hard, I think, for weight. Oh,
The
now they're
weight,
up.
the weight looks okay.
It was thrown a little narrow, but it's not curling a lot. It's not going to. It's definitely
Yeah.
not going to tap
The
out.
weight looks pretty good.
I think it's going to need a little help.
Yeah, good weight for draw.
Good
Just
team
need to-
sweeping. Can they get it there?
Oh.
They cannot.
It's
Wow.
really close, but
I
not
don't think
close
so.
enough.
Yeah.
No, they didn't have a couple more inches. So steal a one yellow.
That was a really good
Yes,
attempt.
That
steal
was
a
that-
one yellow. You'll notice that 3 of the players were sweeping. That's perfectly legal in front of the tee line to have as many players as you got assisting with the sweep. It's not always as effective to, for example, have a 4th player out there, but you could legally
Well,
do
even-
so.
Even the third player is not having a huge impact.
It's moral support.
Yeah, keeps you warm.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're
Especially if you're skipping.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And you will notice that as the play goes on, that the people who are doing more sweeping will start shedding some layers, most likely, and getting down to a T-shirt, perhaps, or a lighter
Why don't we go with
covering.
the all-house view, and we can take a look on sheet D. Sheet D, they're just starting skip rocks.
Oh, yeah. Tight
So-
game down there.
So with Tudor sitting one.
Lots of yellow in the back.
Yeah.
I'm loving how many rocks are in play on
Yeah,
every
the
sheet.
yellow is second rock at the moment.
There's lots of red stones in the house on sheet C. And I think red has the hammer.
Yeah, the red. So there's that one red right on the edge, which could be a biter. It probably is a biter. So they might be sitting 5 for Penn at the moment, but there's still.
Wow.
Well, that's the first skip yellow rock coming in. Team Desmond. They're doing a draw or a raise or.
I
one
think
or
it's
the
a
other.
draw,
Yeah.
but it didn't
No, not
curl.
enough weight.
They had to wait for it to curl.
Well, it was a good attempt. A little more weight. Well, a little more weight, it would have bumped into the yellow, I guess. But
I think so. Yeah.
It was really tough draw path because they could either bump that red deeper or run into their own yard. So yeah, Desmond is in trouble at the moment because they only have 1 rock left.
On the featured sheet, this is a slightly heavy draw. I think it's going to maybe just stick around.
Sheet D, Tudor's first skip rock, just a draw attempt, I believe.
So you notice that the overhead camera view here on sheet B, the featured sheet, there's a red rock way at the back, and both teams have looked at it and decided to leave it in play, which means it is not entirely over the back line, even though from our camera angle...
They think that it's not.
Well, both teams have looked and decided to leave it there. And our camera angle makes it more challenging for us to see it. So we have to believe that looking at it directly from above, it is still biting that back line. Really, that's just a trip hazard, but it is possible it could be a biter.
Yeah, there's a good chance it's biting the house, too. It's just really hard to tell with that line there.
It's not directly on the center line, though,
exactly.
so it may not be.
I'm thinking it's not either.
Yeah. But it's another quirk of curling that we have
looks like
these...
a very nice shot from Becca.
Oh, it really does. That's a beauty of a draw. Might curl over just a
Stop
little
button.
bit.
Get the bag back.
They lost the bag?
I think they still
it's
have
still
it.
here.
Oh, okay.
Well, they've cemented their ownership of the bag right now. The box bag.
And on sheet C, another, I guess it's, well, it's going to, they're going to bump. Okay, whether that one was biting or not doesn't matter. So red is definitely
tapped it in.
sitting 5 now.
Okay, so this is a very pressure shot for Team Desmond.
Yeah, and there's not a good draw path.
No.
It's pretty tight.
It certainly is.
Yeah, they actually would have been better off if they would have ticked their yellow before, because it would have given a better draw path now.
Yeah. But, you gotta play them as they lie.
Yep.
It's like golf. Oh, this is a little tight on our featured sheet. Just gonna tick the guard there.
Well, they don't mind about moving the guard either, so that's, I'm sure they're satisfied with that result.
Actually, they have the no-tick rule.
Right, a no-tick rule. Okay,
That's right.
In that case,
and so
it's only the 4th rock.
That's right. So we have a 5-rock free guard zone with a no-tick rule for centerline guards. Whew.
Yeah. Easy to manage.
So this is the last yellow rock on sheet C. Zach just threw.
It's a high-pressure shot. It looks like maybe they're tapping up their own yellow to get in there if they have enough weight.
No, that's not enough weight.
That's a difficult.
That's going to be 5 yellow, 5 red.
Yellow has another.
Yellow
stone.
So drawing
sorry, red has
another stone. Oh, okay. They're sitting 5, and they can just bump into something in the front for 6, basically.
Or split on for 7.
Well,
that's tough.
true.
It's not really close to the house, but you could technically split that rack.
At this point, I would actually go for it when you're it's
right.
Like
I mean,
if
you get the draw
lose.
or the tap, you get the draw or the tap. But if you split it, why not?
Yep.
I agree. I would also just, why not try for it? And if it doesn't work out, you're likely to get
You'll
something.
take your 5 at least.
Your 5, maybe your 6,
yeah.
Just stay away from the yellow.
But looks like they're not trying this, not trying the split. So
Seems like I don't know that I would go this direction that they've called it. There's a lot of yellow on that side of the ice. I think I would go for the other side, wouldn't you? Or would you go closer to the center with slightly more weight?
I think I do it.
Maybe it's curling more on that sheet than the sheet we're watching.
Maybe.
That just seems like a lot of ice for me.
This looks like a raise onto the... No, it might go through.
No, it's
splitting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so I'm watching sheet C's rock come down. It is curling more on that sheet. It's curled much more.
The hammer attempt for a 6.
Yeah. And that looks pretty good.
Yeah, they'll get their 6.
It looks good.
Almost got a split sort of thing. Okay,
Almost.
6 red for Penn.
Wow. Impressive end.
And sheet D, this is hammer for Henrik Carlson. And just a draw, trying to draw down to that red, it looks like. Might be a bit heavy. No, it'll stop, I think. But will it stop in time? Yes. I think. Yes. So 1 yellow for Henrik.
Very nice draw and good use of backing. If you have that backing in the back of the house, you may as well use it.
Sheet B, a beautiful draw here.
Another beautiful
Look at
draw.
that, just past the guard.
I don't think it was the shot called, but
They'll
take it.
Really great result.
And they're behind the guard on that rock anyway. They're leaves their shot rock fully exposed, but they don't mind when you're up ahead a lot. You don't mind.
Now we're getting to the point where I did mention at some point you need rocks to score points, and it doesn't matter the color. It's starting to matter.
Yes, it is starting to matter.
This hit
This
attempts
is
This is
over-curling.
going wide.
Curling.
It's
It
over curling,
might
yeah.
tick off
It
the
might
red.
crash.
And do
If
something.
they tick, they'll be happy.
Oh, not enough.
Not too,
Or too much.
Too much of a tick.
Yeah.
That was more of a wick.
Well,
Yeah.
they cleared the guard they probably didn't want anyway.
They did clear the guard. That's not a bad plan B.
I'm sure Freya will try another guard or just bring another one in.
I mean, sometimes that's the best guard.
Yeah, top 12 guard would be pretty good.
Yep. I mean, you can't guard everything here.
Yeah, she wants a top 12 guard.
Yeah, I love this call. I agree with you.
I mean, just a biter would be excellent.
Yep.
Outbutting that maybe biter in the back and probably not biter in the red.
The trip hazard in the back.
Yeah. Looks a little heavy for top 12.
It looks very heavy. I think that's going to maybe take it themselves out in the back here, unless it really digs in. Oh, it's digging in. I think they're
Just
all,
put
all
more
sit
stones
around.
in the house.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
I think Camille was just heavy and wide.
Well, that's stuck around.
Yeah.
It was not as heavy as I thought.
At this point, I think a safe prediction is that red in the back, whether it's biting or not, will not count.
Agreed.
So, aiming for the shot rock.
So some discussion about where to put the broom for this shot. It sounds like they want to throw a little bit more weight, so they took tighter ice than originally put down. And definitely has some speed on this rock.
This is a very heavy thrown stone.
It is going to move some granite of some sort. I think just going to take care of our problem in the back. Oops. One way or the other, took care of the problem in the back. I think it would have clipped it anyway, so.
Yeah, hopefully they don't put it back.
I think just get rid of that trip hazard. I think it was going to clip it anyway, so I think that was a good choice. When you do, kick a rock that is stationary, the team that was offended against, which is to say the other team, gets to pick to leave it as it wound up, to put things back, etc. I mean, you're supposed to put it back where you think it belongs, but it would have been hit by the moving stone, so I think that was an excellent choice. Here's our...
This may jam.
I think they're okay. They're just going to clear some stuff. That's okay.
Other than that, they got 2 stones under the corner guard.
Yep. They're discussing if maybe they touched the rock.
They might have burned it. I don't know.
Maybe. So if they burned the stone before the hog line, this near side hog line, that's the big fat line for people who are not as familiar, then there would be much less discussion. But if it was burned closer to the house, they get to choose. Again, the offended skip gets to pick if they want to put things back where they were and remove the stone that was burned, if they want to put things where they think it would have come to rest, or they can leave it as it lay and move along. And
That's funny. I didn't see anything, but
well,
maybe it did.
this is a sport of honorable people who just call their own fouls, and that's part of the game. So good on whoever it is that burned it for calling it on themselves, because that's what we do. And sometimes I forget, until I talk with people who are not curler, what crazy lingo we use without even thinking about it. So if anybody's confused, just pipe up. Hi, Pirate Commander, who has texted it in the chat. Greetings from Scotland. Well, greetings from Potomac. Thank you for joining us. So yes, sometimes we use some crazy lingo, and if you're not as familiar with curling, you may be a little confused. Just feel free to drop a little note in our chat room. We check it from time to time, and we'll happily go back over anything that might have been confusing.
So on feature sheet here, the guard attempt ended up doing a split, so not bad. The double's there, and I think Freya's looking at the double.
She is absolutely looking at the double.
I mean, the only risk with doing that double is if you don't get it and instead you push that red rock back and take out those 2 yellows. But even that is not the end of the world. They've got a big lead at the moment.
It should almost surely hit those yellows.
Yes.
It's going to hit.
But that's okay. The question was if they don't remove the other red one as well. But I think it's definitely worth throwing. Move some stuff around, shake it loose, and keep the scores low at this point for the opposition is the goal. So hit something red.
It'll hit red.
This is, as we call it, a Visine shot. Get the red out. You're welcome, Visine. Feel free to throw some money at the curling club. All right. So
and just missed the other one.
Okay.
And cleared out
Camille,
the back.
you should be sweeping that redstone.
Yeah. It kind of rolled uphill and to the side, but not quite out. So moved a lot of granite. That was some serious weight. Red is still shot here. They are partially covered by some yellow guards, and well, a guard and a full 8 yellow. But it is a precarious rock at the moment.
Yeah. Over on sheet C, Penn is sitting 3 red. Desmond just trying for a draw behind the guard, so it's not shaping up for a good game for Desmond here.
It's tough to not look at the scoreboard if you're in that situation. You just have to, I mean, it is early yet. You just need to settle down, focus, and see if you can get yourself some good ends. But it's tough to ignore the scoreboard when you have a big disparate.
I just think it's hard to give up 6. Is that what they give up?
Yeah.
And then it makes the whole team kind of.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
Because giving up 6 is usually your team missed some shots.
Oh, yeah.
Or it almost guaranteed. So.
And it is really hard to come back from. But again, that was only 3 ends. Anything that can be done in 3 ends can be undone in 3 ends. Well,
right.
Assuming the other team doesn't make their shots. It's a big ask. They're shooting well over there on sheet C.
So Major got a good guard here for their shot rock.
I think it's the hats. They've got some great hats.
They do have good
squid hat.
And maybe some good curling, too. That's a nice draw they've got going. It's going to go to the back of the house, but it's going to be behind cover over there on sheet C. Yep, back 12. Behind cover, sitting 4. Back on our featured sheet, Freya is throwing her last rock of this end.
Just trying a draw behind the red guard.
And again, she's having to convert from having thrown an upweight hit to a draw, and that is a tough ask.
A very upweight hit.
Yeah, that is a tough change.
Yeah,
and she's doing it really ably.
Yeah, it looks a little heavy though. But
the line is really good.
Yeah, actually,
I think it's going to be great.
Oh, it's really good.
No, it's great.
Yeah, it really bit there.
Actually, they needed to sweep it a little bit more. Maybe. Nope.
Nope,
it's
that's
perfect.
Shot.
That's perfect. That's great.
Excellent. Wow. And I thought it looked heavy, but not at all.
That's the problem with putting that red guard up.
Yep.
Now, if they run it back just right, they could double out the yellows, but what are the chances
that
of
would
that?
be pretty awesome.
That would be awesome.
If they do that, we'll do the instant replay for you.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll find the cowbell if they do that.
I'm looking now.
I think they're
somewhere
looking at
down
it.
I love a good shot. Yes, please. I don't know what else they have, to be honest. I mean, you can try to draw for one.
Just draw for one.
But, at this point, I think draw for one is certainly more doable, and that's what they're calling. They're being sensible here. So they need to draw full 4. Hi, Brandon. Thank you for joining us in the chat.
He's at work. At work, watching curling, I guess.
All right.
That is an interesting username. Oh, and Benjo.
Hi, Benjo.
World traveler in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh, my goodness. On the move. It's tough to keep up with you, Benjo, but we're glad you joined us.
And Benjo will be back here in a few weeks to run the Embassy Row Bonspiel.
Oh, that's going to be a great event.
It's at the first week of December, I think.
8th to 10th, maybe? I would have to look it up. I don't remember.
8th to 10th?
I think it's the 8th
maybe?
to 10th.
Okay. So a draw attempt here is...
Oh, beautiful.
It's a good draw.
Yeah, it's a really good
Stop.
draw. It stopped. It's good.
Just barely.
Just
barely stopped. So 1 red for Team Major.
Really nice draw.
So what's coming up on sheets? Sheet C is just starting
Ooh.
skip rocks.
And
there's
sheet
lots of
D
redstones.
Red is sitting 5.
is also starting skip rocks, I believe.
All right.
So you can see sheet C, Penn is sitting 4 at the moment.
Oh, was it 4? I thought it was 5.
4. Oh, though, sorry, I didn't see the one under the skip.
Yep. Well, he's wearing a red shirt, so.
Okay. Well, I guess he's not the skip, the vice.
Device. Either way, he's wearing red. And
Evan hiding the red rock under his red shirt. Okay, swept by a squid and a toque. Or not being swept
minded by. There you go. Now you got a squid sweep. Just a little touch.
Escorted by the...
Escorted. There you go. That's.
Okay,
I mean,
another-
that's a lovely rock. You've got
Yep.
a big pile
Red
of
wall.
red.
red wall hiding the
Whew.
button, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tough
Is
situation
there
there.
any way to outscore them? Well, you got 2 yellow rocks left,
I
so
mean-
one's got to hit stuff.
One's
Right.
got to clear a couple of those.
Yeah.
Either that or you draw around from the right side. Depending on how much it's curling, you could probably get in behind that wall.
Yeah, over on sheet D,
But,
Tudor got an excellent bump out of the red. I don't think that red was chalk. Was it second or whatever it was? And the so Tudor Carlson is now sitting 3, 4, 3, 4, 4.
Four.
What am I counting? So I'm having trouble counting today. I'm sorry.
It's early and math is hard.
Yeah. 3 plus 1 is, what's that again? 3?
Over on our featured sheet, this Potomac team is going to try to keep it clean.
Yeah, they just had a nice hit from Becca.
They did. I'm not sure that I would have put a rock into the house with my first rock, but I didn't look at the call. I don't know if that was the called shot.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, got to build some offense, and I mean now you've got a rock in the house to play with, so they're going to freeze on it. And I think that's a good choice at this point. But I think for the first shot, maybe a guard would have been better.
So Benjo says he'll be here next week, and we'd be happy to spare for anybody.
Oh, Benjo, I will keep you in mind if my team winds up needing a spare on Friday. I'll email you directly if I wind up needing a spare. It's TGIF late, which is the food group.
Over on sheet C, they just bumped a 6th red rock into the house, I believe. So the hit attempt was a little wide and blazed off the guard. Over on sheet D, excellent bump in for Team Tudor to roll to the button, but they are exposed.
Did they win the? Oh, I think that.
They
think
should
they
get
claimed the bag. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Bonspiel coordinator Mindy has come in and collected the bag box
The bag box.
or the box bag.
I think it's a box bag.
Okay, well she's come in and collected the box bag, and I believe that means that.
It's another hit here.
This is Team Stilp's butt bag.
Yep, they did indeed.
They won it.
Won the. Ooh, there's some good stuff in there.
It's looking pretty good.
Good hit for Team Major. And Team
I'll
Stilp.
resist.
All right, they have provided the webcasting team with the bag, but that's only
Because they trust us.
because they trust us and because you're related to one of the players.
Oh, okay.
But that does mean I can peek and see what's in here.
I thought it was Vice President's
Creative
privilege.
hits on sheet D. Was
Totally.
that hammer?
There are
No,
Apple
so
Jacks in
that has
here.
hammer.
Oh,
Tudor
man.
has hammer on
And
sheet
lots
D.
of candy.
Ooh. Yeah, that
Wow.
looks good. Congratulations. They earned that with that beautiful draw to the button.
Okay, on sheet C, yet another draw. So
Oh,
there's
God.
that
Oh, my.
7 red is in there.
Yes, that is a draw. Sitting 7, Zach has hammer yet to come. This is the last rock on sheet C, and he needs to make a good draw. or hit, whichever. I don't care. He's got to
Yeah.
stick around.
I mean, I guess you just want to hit that shot rock.
You
and
could either.
lose it.
It depends on if you're more comfortable with the draw or the hit right now. But a
Well,
draw against 7 is so hard.
I don't think you can.
He could just follow that red rock down.
Yeah, the worry is that if you throw something heavy at it and
Yeah.
somehow you
You
spill
roll-
out,
yeah, exactly.
you're giving up 5 or 6.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're confident in your draw, following that red rock down that they just threw is the way. But they're not. They're throwing. It looks like a controlled weight
Maybe bumper.
tap, unless that is the amount of draw you're getting on that ice. That is about 1.5 feet, and it's been running pretty straight. I think that's probably just like you say, a back line hack kind of tappy back.
I'm nervous for him.
Me too.
I don't want to watch.
This is a tough shot.
So this is hammer on sheet D. Looks heavy.
Yep, that's
It's
just
going to go through. So that leaves steal of 4
4.
for Henrik Carlson.
This looks like a nice double here.
Yep, sheet B is a.
Ooh.
Okay, nice double.
Almost a
Almost
triple.
a, almost
so-
a triple, yeah.
On sheet C, here comes Zach's hit. He has thrown hit weight. Control, it looks like, or a
It
little
looks
control down.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Does look pretty good.
I think they
There it
probably
comes.
should
They're
sweep that.
swooping.
Better sweep it.
Got to get in there. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
yes, yes.
Oh.
The rest
Great
saves the
shot.
end.
Yes, he does. Woo,
So
that
one
was
yellow.
a pressure shot right there. Good job.
Against 7.
I would not want to have thrown that. I would not want to have had to throw that stone, and he made it nicely. Well done. On sheet B, still keeping things clean,
Yep. But yellow has hammer, and they have 2.
and they're sitting too.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there's Jackie Sharp in the room as well. Jacqueline Sharp. Hey, all right. Welcome. We have ostensibly 23 people watching, but I'm one of them, or we are one of them, maybe 2 of us. I'm not sure if that counts as action as well over there at in the main booth.
That's a good number.
It is. Blackjack, 21. Plus booth.
Well, draw attempt is going to stop.
Especially
the
for a
shot
morning draw.
rock. Yeah.
That was a good shot.
That was a good shot. It's mostly exposed, however, and I don't think they plan to leave it.
Freya said bumper up.
Yeah.
Okay. Rock looks
Just
pretty
a
good.
little wide. Pushed it out just a bit wide.
She'll hit it. That's a hit.
I think
Yep.
that's coming. Just gonna maybe just tick it.
I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
got
get
enough.
it.
It's got enough. It's all right.
Yep, we
It
got
curled
it.
at the end. That's fine. No worries with it rolling out. That's not a problem.
I like a little lower weight on that shot, but
I think it would have been okay if she hadn't flipped it a little wide.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it worked out, so good job. Calling for another draw here on sheet B.
Yep. Yeah, we can show a little sheet D here for Chris Hooper. So that's his. Chris Hooper is the brother of Andrew Hooper, who's playing on Henrik's team. So, not much to see there now. Chris, did you just join us? You've been missing plenty of action. But maybe we'll just stay on sheet C when maybe when Andrew's throwing, I'll switch back to sheet D again.
That sounds like a good plan. Thank you, Ken.
uh-oh. That one
So
over-curled.
That one's, yeah.
Almost took out the other yellow.
All right. Well, they Team Major gained a little bit of an advantage here, but they are still facing a very open, very unprotected rock right now. That is more ice than I think a guard or draw will curl to like cover that red rock.
Given the current conditions?
Given the current, unless it has started curling more in this direction than I recall.
That hit that Camille just threw curled quite a bit.
It did.
Off the center line.
All right, well, let's see if this curls enough to...
But it has to get back to the center line on this shot. So.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see. Just a hair tight, but still has a ways to go.
That might work out to their advantage.
Yeah, no, that did work out to their advantage. It's moving. I think he might have steered it a little bit, maybe. But, yeah, that's going to get in front, but I think it might overcurl now. Maybe that was the right ice.
It's pretty close.
No, it's going to overcurl.
It is overcurling.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yep.
Not terribly.
Okay, so with that, 2-weight guard, I guess it does curl about 4 feet this direction in this moment. So, I mean, nice job on calling the line. Going back to that, got to read the ice situation. Well done, even if the result wasn't all there. All right, Freya gets to throw overhand again. And Becca is, as a heads-up sweeper, switching sides of the ice so that she can try to resist the curl on this. We've seen it moving.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Nice shot.
It's a lot of weight, though, so it may not... Oh, no, that's good.
Yeah, that's great.
Nobody's sweeping that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have gone out even with sweeping that.
No, I don't think so. That was very well executed. And yes, Chris Hooper had just dropped in. Penn, I'm looking at the chat log.
So a nice hit on sheet C.
Sheet A, with our developmental curlers, really has a nice tight game going on. They're all tied up over there, it looks like.
Well, while we're waiting, why don't just do the all sheets view? We can at least see a little bit of what's going over on sheet D. And there we go, Chris. So your brother's team is doing well. Oh.
So it looks like they're trying for a double on these yellows.
This is their last red rock, so double and stick around gives them their best chance of getting out of this end with minimal damage. I like the call. I would not like being in this situation, but I like the call in this situation. What would you do, Dave? Same thing?
I think so. Yeah, there's no, I mean, they don't have a good center guard, so
No.
this looks tight.
This looks a little light as well. I'm afraid it's going to overcurl. They're sweeping, try to hold it, but I think it's just going to curl past.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, that needed a little more weight.
I think he was just inside the line.
Maybe both. I mean, you had to move 2 pieces of granite, so that was really not a very peppy takeout. So,
Yeah.
You know.
So what's Freya? Is she trying to guard or split? Or I'm not sure what the call was here.
Over
Which
on
one?
sheet D.
What Freya's calling
I
for?
think she's just drawing down to hers. I think this
Yeah,
is the
this is hammer.
Oh, this is hammer. Okay,
Yeah,
using,
so
using her
she's-
own rocks as backing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's just drawing down for 3.
Again, third end in a row that I can think of. She's had to do that flip between a hit to a draw.
Yep.
Well, this is a little easier when you have backing. Doesn't look like she'll need the backing though. It's just going to draw right down to him, basically, isn't it?
Thereabouts.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Oh, maybe she does need the backing.
Well, that's what you get backing for.
Yeah, use it.
Yep.
Oh no,
Nice.
she didn't need it. It would have stopped. Well, with sweeping, you don't know.
Nice shot.
Use the backing.
Yep. 3 for Stilp, takes up 8-1 lead. So over on sheet D, this is the, how many rocks do we have? We've still got a lot of rocks. We're only halfway through the end yet. That's like the first vice rock, I believe.
Yeah, we've been throwing a lot of hits over here on sheet B. That moves the game right along.
Yeah. They're playing a good pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freya's been. It's like she's ready to call the next shot. It's like as soon as the rocks start moving, she's calling the next shot.
Really no delay for either team. They've been really playing well at pace anyway.
Yeah, yep, definitely.
Also another difference between this and Friday Night League.
Yeah.
Well, many leagues.
Yeah, so they're basically half an end ahead of both sheets, C and D. And sheet A is developmental, and they're intentionally going slow. They're only playing 6 ends. So they're still on their 4th end. With yellow sitting 3 right now on sheet A on the Bucks. So
Freya wanted it in, but it looks like
center guard.
It looks like a guard.
Well, on the center line. Right on the center line. Centered on the center line. So Major trying to take advantage of that rock and get something behind it. Is it going to bump the yellow? Maybe.
No, I think maybe. It's coming tight.
It's going to be tight.
It's really tight. Yeah, they are going to tick it.
Another accidental tick.
Yep, and they're not even waiting for direction. They're like, yep, we ticked it. There you go. And Freya, of course, can move that yellow rock to where she believes it was.
She could have also left it where it landed. She had her choice.
Absolutely, and
she would prefer the center guard.
yes. And no one can blame her for that choice. That is her right by these rules, and that was a proper strategic choice there.
Yep. Now the sweeper actually had stopped that yellow rock. They shouldn't have stopped it because it is a skip's choice.
Yep.
Whether they want to leave things.
They may have already had a team discussion about that option. I don't know.
I think they're still getting used to the new rule.
Yeah,
so.
fair.
This also looks like a guard. Well, it might make it to the house.
Oh, it's coming in.
Close.
Definitely. It's well in.
Close. Oh, yeah. Top 12.
Okay.
Bite the 8. Nice. Really nice. Great line.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, if you're going to do that, I don't know that I wouldn't have come to the top 4.
Yeah.
But beautiful. Just to cut down the chances of them making the shot they've just called. If you put it on the top 4, it's a lot harder to draw behind. So Team Major is trying to utilize this budding fort, trying to draw behind.
Yep, definitely past the guard this time.
Past the top one.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Might be a little heavy, though.
heavy.
Yeah, it's going to be back line.
Oof, just cleared. And yes, as you say, Ken, back line, maybe just through.
It's that same spot. No, it went just far enough.
Is it out?
Yeah, I believe this one's actually out. They're not moving it
They're
yet.
not moving it.
I would move it. I don't like the trip hazard.
Well, you have to move it because it's also a block at that point.
Yeah,
that
I'm
could
not
come
sure
into
why
play.
why they haven't moved it.
Yeah, because another rock could land on that, and
that's true.
It shouldn't be allowed.
Agreed, but that's a fair point. Personally, I look at it more as a trip hazard than a blocker, but you're right.
For both reasons, it should be moved. Yeah, they haven't been doing a good job of keeping a trip. It's like they leave a lot of out of plays rockets in ways you could spin
There
over
we go. Thank you.
Well, if Freya wanted an open end, she doesn't have it.
No,
No.
no, she does not.
But And we're doing on sheet C and D. They're still on skip rocks now. Yeah, they're both in the middle of skip rocks. So.
This draw looks like it's going to crash on B.
Yeah, it is. Yep, it's all over the guards. Oof. I don't think it's quite enough to get in, but it might bite. Ooh.
Almost. Not quite.
It might be. That's
It's hard
really
to tell
close.
from this camera angle, yeah.
It may be the biter bar sort of thing if it came down to that, although when you got a sizable lead, he might not bother.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what a biter bar is, it's a special tool whose only purpose is to tell if a rock is a biter or not. Another draw attempt, as long as it gets past the guard. Is it going to make it?
Yeah, it's past the guard. It's going to split this back rock, though. It's pretty heavy.
Oh, yep.
Yep. Going to split those yellows. Ooh, might even pop that one out. Now, that one definitely has to stay. It is on the back line. Unless you have fully cleared the back line, a rock is in play. But it is, of course, not scoring anything.
So is a call a hit or a draw or an off? Or
I think it's
that's
a
a lot
hit.
of weight. That's
Yeah.
a hit.
Hit and roll.
Yep.
I think it'll just be a center hit, I believe. It's not going to roll.
It's going to roll, I think. Going to flop at least.
Pretty close.
Just a little flop.
Half a roll.
That leaves things open for them to try to do the same thing. Maybe with a little bit more of a scoot.
So on sheet C, you'll be seeing the last yellow rock coming in the second tier, and on sheet D, they're going to be throwing hammer, I believe. So it's okay.
A lot of action.
Last yellow rock on C, you see here.
Ooh, this B
And it's
hit is
just,
just a little tight. It's going to maybe oh, just didn't clip the top guard. It was a good thought to like tick it a little bit and come back, but
So what you can't
touch
see on
anything.
the sheet C is that yellow rock is behind a guard.
gotcha.
So on sheet D, it's just a draw attempt.
It's a
for
very
Team
high guard.
Tudor. I think I think the best they can do is draw. I don't think there's any way to get enough weight to get shot rock, but the idea is to at
That's
least.
a really high guard. I think you could throw like hack at that.
Yeah, you might. I think they are trying to get to it. But you want the shooter to stay in too. So there you go.
Again, hack is the call for that.
There
You
you can
know.
see the really high guard on
Yeah.
sheet C.
This looks like a good shot.
It does. It needs to come back a little bit.
Yep, that's a good shot. But
Okay,
now there is a
sheet
double
C
there.
Is, it just touches the yellow.
Didn't come back
So
quite
that,
enough.
that was a steal of one yellow on sheet C, and on sheet D, the red came up short. So that's 2 yellows. I believe that was 2 on sheet D.
Yes. I agree. 2 yellows on D. Back on the featured sheet, they're trying again to hit this red rock. They just went through the port that I didn't realize existed on their first attempt on this takeout. They're not messing around this time. They're going to hit and flop to the outside this time. Maybe out. That's okay. Oop, watch that rock. There you go. Got to watch those rocks as they fly off your sheet into neighbors.
On sheet A, yellow just got 3 points, I believe, for bucks.
Yep.
Desmonds
are clawing their way back 1 point at a time on sheet C.
1 point at a time. Is
Well,
fine.
1 point at a time's good, but not going to work. You're going to run out of ice. But at least they are hanging in and fighting back, so good on them. Ooh, this one's a little, I don't know if that picked or was just really light.
This is a really nice tap here from Major on
Skinny 1 yellow guard,
yeah.
skinny the other
Or-
yellow
or
guard.
almost
nice.
tap.
Wow.
Good shot.
Wow, that was quite impressively close to both those yellow rocks.
Yeah, it was. It really came over at the end there. Freya's going to try to rectify that whole not a clean sheet situation. Calling on sheet B here for the hit on those high guards. If she's successful in removing these guards, I do not think she's going to flip-flop between the guards and the draws on this end unless they come deep with their own shot with Team Major. A lot of ifs, you'll notice. Curling is sometimes considered that chess on ice, thinking several moves ahead.
Uh-oh, I think this
This is
gonna
a little
flash.
wide. Yeah, it's going to just not do a lot. Just a little wide. So although you can plan several moves ahead, it doesn't always shake out that that's going to be what happens. So I assume Team Major is going to try to draw behind this fort to maybe the back 4 T line. Get behind cover, sit 3.
Yeah.
I mean, they need points, so I can understand why they wouldn't want to put up a guard. The guard's not a bad choice, but they're open to damage from that yellow that's right biting the house.
I believe they have hammers, so
They do.
Yeah, I like going in even
Yeah.
out to the wing. I don't mind.
No, me
Putting
either.
another one in. Those are fairly well protected.
That looks pretty heavy. Let's see if it's going to dig in.
It's going to rub, though, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Good. Okay.
It's actually a good result.
It is. Very nice. So this is Freya's last rock.
I think Freya could come off the inside of that county rock, roll over, hit the other red one, and then pop down behind it. We'll see.
I'm ready to be impressed. Let's do it.
But even if she's frozen to that other red one, it still would make it a little difficult for Major to score 2.
Rocks away.
Well, it's not going to be a miss, I can tell you that.
Yeah, this is looking really good.
Boom, look at that.
Oh, she's going to be sitting
okay.
open, though. And again, never
Yeah.
mind.
No.
No, Camille should not have been sweeping that one.
And she did
didn't.
not correctly.
Can't sweep the other team's rocks in front of the tee line. So if Major hits and sticks, they can get 3 out of this.
Freya should back up a foot.
Yeah, she's right up on there. She
is.
Don't know what she's looking at. What-
All right, rocks away. Looks like a clean
looks
release.
pretty
Looks a
good.
little wide, maybe.
It's a
Needs to
little
come
wide.
back.
Yeah, it's
But
not
It's,
it's
gonna,
down
it's a nice
weight.
controlled weight. It'll come
It's
back,
down
I think.
weight,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I think they'll get their hit and stick.
I think so.
it's going to roll a little, but it should be okay.
It should be okay. Oh, very nice. Very nice shot.
Yep, 3 for Major.
Yep.
And they're clawing their way back a little bit faster than Desmond is.
That was a good end for them.
Yeah.
Over here on sheet C, would you call for the run back takeout with that situation on
Yeah, I would do the run back if I thought I could make it.
Right. Well, there's that, of course, always.
But it looks like they're looking at the draw.
I mean, that's fair, but it's going to be now harder to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think unless you
The little raise you're talking about?
the raise take out.
At least tap it to the back of the house.
Yeah, I think I probably would come around that other side now before you put more stuff back there to be catchers.
Exactly what I was thinking. Over on sheet D, the Red Rocks sailing by.
Yep.
Okay, so Desmond's draw attempt here. It's a little light, maybe? I think that's light. Yeah, it's just going to be a guard.
Calling encouragement to the sweepers. They're just going to get this over. So
Yeah,
one guard.
and they need guards, but they need rocks in the house even more. So, and because Penn doesn't want them to have any guards, Penn's calling to clear that, and they'd be happy if it doubled out their own guard there, really.
Yes. Keeping it clean is, when you're up that many points, seems like a win. Nice heavy weight on this. Look like a good release.
They might just nose the yellow. Are they actually going to? Yeah,
Well,
so replace a yellow.
It's not ideal, but at least it's a red rock instead of a yellow rock now.
Right, exactly. One less yellow rock that
Yep.
maybe possibly could score. So now Zach is looking at that run back we talked about before.
Yep. It's a lot of ice for this.
Is it a
So
raise or a run back when it's already in the house?
I don't know.
A raise
It
run
depends on
back?
if it removes the other stone,
Yeah.
right?
So his sister Zoe
No, I
just
guess raise from.
throwing this stone. The weight looks good.
It does look pretty good.
It's pretty down weight, so
I think it's going to do the job.
I think they should have been
Looks
sweeping
nice.
it more.
yeah, they should have
Should've
been sweeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
The weight
sweeping,
was
that
nice.
yeah, it was a perfect throw. It just needed sweeping.
Yep. Very team sport here. For those that are not as familiar, the sweeping does play a critical role, which is why we're doing it. It's not just to stay warm.
But if Zach probably hasn't done a lot of skipping, and so you don't quite know when to call that sweep. It takes a lot of experience to know when you should be sweeping.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I've never seen Zach skip in any leagues. I don't know if he does.
He skips on Friday nights.
Friday. Or he does on Fridays.
Yeah,
Okay.
Friday early.
Which is also food motivated, but maybe not as food motivated. I don't know. They're doing pretty good this year.
Friday night's the night for food.
It is. So if you're a Potomac member and you're interested in sparing, I recommend you keep an eye out on those Friday requests. It's worth your time. And fun.
Penn's rock just sailing through here. I'm not sure what they were trying to do, but
Maybe they're literally just throwing through, although that was pretty tight to that top guard if that's the case. Maybe they were trying to split the guards off.
so Zach's asking Zoe to. She's now got a direct hit at that red, so
Probably
just
partially covered.
So you kind of just want to throw not really heavy hit, but
Yeah,
bumper
just
weight
control.
hit maybe.
Yeah. Looks like she's thrown control or so.
Yeah, it's got a curl. Now the sweepers are on. I don't think they should be this time.
It's pretty close.
Is it? Maybe.
Looks good.
Woo!
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice shot.
I was wrong. The sweepers didn't
Oh,
need to sweep
nice.
that one, and they did just enough.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice
so
shot, Zoe.
Leaves Desmond sitting two. And Penn is, I think, looking at the hit.
I think so, given how much it's been curling over there. That's not draw ice.
Freya trying to hit something red.
I'm good. Thank you.
So Becca trying for the hit. Looks like it'll hit.
It's looking promising, absolutely. Camille is sweeping and then not sweeping.
Yeah,
I love this game.
Yeah.
And that is not facetious. I actually love the fact that, the sweeping makes such a difference and that being on and off of the rock is the way. It's great.
Some people love sweeping.
I love calling for sweeping. I actually enjoy sweeping, but I'm not as effective as some other people, so it usually behooves my team for me to do a lot of yelling and then to bring the muscle.
You're saying you're good at the vocal part of the game.
I've been known to project.
Oh, this looks like a very nice draw.
Yeah, it does.
Touch heavy, but it's behind the guard.
Oh,
so
that's pretty.
Yeah, that's nice. So Freya
Very
still
pretty.
wants to get rid of guards, so
Good call.
peel a red.
Peel them both. Open it up.
Okay. Camille's rock is
Maybe just
lighter,
a hair tight, but pretty close.
if the sweeper, if Becca can hold it, it can still get
Well,
the red out.
I will say
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
that Freya likes to call for Camille to throw normal up.
That's a challenge.
Camille doesn't really have normal up. I'm going to verify here.
Yeah.
So she would do better to have a little more broom
Yeah.
for Camille.
But wasn't a bad result in the end. It's moved one yellow over to the side where it's guarding that one in the back for whatever that's worth. But at least it's out of the center.
Well, that's true. Now they're going
And
to try
at least
to.
the shooter didn't end up in the center. So
Yeah. They're going to try to utilize that that port.
yep, just to do what they just did for.
Just throw another draw. Yep. It's looking. Line is looking nice. It is definitely curling more here in the later ends, as often happens in Potomac. It starts out with a pretty straight ice situation and then starts to build. Oh, that's a beauty. Great shot. Normal up is the call for ice for the weight.
Freya's not listening.
Nope.
And another control weight throw from Camille. As,
Camille did come out a little bit wider on that
hopefully
shot.
She might be able to get the back shot rock. Yeah, they're going for the shot rock now.
It's nice to have heads up plan B. Ooh, get there. Yeah, okay. Good sweeping.
Oh, nice. And leaves yellow sitting too.
All right, well, that
Wow.
worked out. A little
Yep.
bit less weight, a little wide on the broom, and good heads up sweeping.
Almost an apology shot.
Yep, enough weight. So what wasn't quite the normal up weight she wanted, but it was enough weight to get two rocks, one rock out and another rock nearly out.
Yes.
So over on sheet C, this is the last yellow rock. Trying a draw attempt. It's just going to be a guard, I think. Yeah, they're just a high guard when I really needed another rock in the house. Too bad. So it's hammer coming up on sheet C with yellow sitting two. So Penn just is trying to draw it out, count those two.
And they are putting a little more pressure on Team
Yeah.
Penn.
Yeah, Zach had
No, if they
Team
would have gotten
Desmond.
that yellow one in a biter, they would have. It would have been even more pressure. Yeah.
So, but Team Desmond had a much better end, which is got to be,
Red had another really nice
Comforting.
draw on sheet B.
yes.
Yeah, that one's completely buried. So
Yeah, they've really got that line figured out.
Now Freya really wants to get rid of these guards. And
Just
there's-
enough to hold
yep,
out.
there
Yep.
goes-
This is going to jam.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
no.
It's going to go through the house. That's all right.
Yep.
All right. Good result.
Okay, yeah, she got rid of the guard. So
On sheet C, this draw is looking pretty promising. Don't leave it short, guys.
Yeah.
Nice. They
Yep.
didn't. It was
Okay.
perfectly done.
So
Draw for
red.
one. Pressure draw for one. Well done.
It seems like the ice is curling a lot more now on sheet B, at least. On the same
On sheet
line.
C as well, yeah.
The same line that you had the 2 feet of curl.
Now you've got 3.5,
You
4.
got- yeah.
5.
And over on sheet D, that was also hammer. I think it was 4 yellow. Is that right?
I did
quite
not
catch.
see the result there, no.
Yeah.
I was busy contemplating how much curl we've got.
Because they're throwing the same line here several times, and they're all curling real nicely in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've gone from 2 feet of curl to 4.5 feet of curl.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, that is typical Potomac late end. As you get later, deeper into your games, it curls more usually. Let's watch it swing here at the end. It should start moving sideways. And there it goes.
This one's currently a little less.
Yeah.
There's a good guard, though.
Yeah, I think I probably curled about 2 feet, just came out a titch wide.
So in sheet B, what we're seeing is a real transition in the middle of this game. When Team Freya went up by 7 points, they switched to hitting and chasing stones and not a lot of draws.
Yes.
As a result, I feel like Team Major's really locked in their draw weight and their soft game a little bit, and
it's really benefiting them.
Yeah, and so now I think we're dealing with, changing the way we're playing and stuff. Changing the way the teams are playing, it's really sort of shifted the momentum sometimes.
It really, yeah, I agree with that. As Ken said, Team Major has clawed their way back in effectively. They're coming back, making shots, making things happen, and Team Freya has shifted to a defensive hit situation. And of course, yellow does have the hammer here, so this is the last red stone.
It is, and they really would love to guard that stone.
Absolutely. It's rather lonely and scared right now.
Right now, there's a double for 3 for yellow. So
it's a long double, but yes.
Yeah, so they did hang the score on sheet D, so it was for yellow,
this
right?
looks pretty good for red.
It's got to come back some. Let's see.
I think it will, enough to prevent that double. No, it looks like a really nice guard.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, beauty. Really sweet. Nice shot. And that red shot stone is nicely protected between the guard on each side of that center line. There's no port there.
So Freya's hammer call, she's just going to try the
run back double.
Yeah.
Well, if she did that, I guess she'd score 1 if both, as long as both the yellows and both the reds go
Yeah,
away.
the danger is something weird happens and she gives up more than 1.
Yeah, jam it back there on that back yellow one. I think I would throw controlled weight around and just tap it back a little.
It looks like it's just going to peel it. Hopefully not tap it in for 2.
Yeah. Well, you could sweep that.
Yeah, Camille wasn't in a position to sweep it.
Again, once the rock of the opposition touches the tee line, you can start sweeping.
Looks like 2 red, but the camera...
Again, our camera angle's not perfect for this.
Well, and the camera warping with that, whatever.
Yes. So, once again, a vice problem. They've decided something, and we'll find out when they hang the score. And Team Major had another really good end. They dialed in that draw weight, and they made the most of their opportunities. So we're about to start the 8th end, which would be the final end unless we wind up in a tie.
Yep, I hung the score. It is 2 red, so as we suspected. So look at that. Back in the definitely called their way back, and it's a real game going on in Sheet B here.
Here we are coming home in the 8th.
on sheet A, they just hung a 3 red.
So that's going to be a tie game coming home in the 6th, which on sheet A, that is the final end, I believe.
Yes.
For those that joined us later, that is a developmental section of the Bonspiel, and they are playing 6 end games.
Wow.
Yeah, I said earlier on, there's very competitive over there on A.
So sheet C and D are well behind sheet B. They're only on their second.
Well, we were already moving right along here, and then we upped the hit game.
Yeah. I'm watching sheet D. Henrik wants to get rid of that red rock, but just with just barely. So just kind of a hack weight, tap it back. So what are they doing on sheet B?
Oh.
Not sure.
They were going to tap back, but they wound up doing that at an angle, I think.
Yeah, it didn't quite get as far in and actually moved the red rock behind the guard. So, but it does leave Carlson with sitting 4 yellows in the house, even though the red rock's counting at the moment.
Oh. I was looking at C, you're looking at D, and we're probably confusing the world. That's okay.
Okay, after a quick break on sheet B, their Freya's back, so...
I wonder if they were discussing what happens in the event of a tie. I haven't looked at their rules for the Bonspiel, but I think the draws are spaced out enough you could probably do a full extra end.
Skip stones, I believe.
Okay.
Extra end in the final.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay.
I'm still not sure why they've halted their curling.
Well, it looks like they're going to resume now.
They're just giving the other teams time to catch up, I think.
They're going to need to wait a little longer then. No, Team Major has called for a center line guard.
On sheet D, it was a run back attempt that didn't quite work, but they moved their guard, so it's now leaving 5 yellows sitting second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Wow.
But not first.
But not first. Over here, we did get our guard, but it did not stay on the center line. So, again, we're seeing a lot of a curl on this sheet right now.
Why is there a team meeting
I'm
in the
not
house
sure.
while Becca's throwing?
I will say that so far there's not been a whole lot of what I would consider, non-distracting etiquette action behind the houses, but that's been both teams all the ends. So
Yeah.
that's they're focused on their games and not.
That's a really nice draw.
That is a nice draw. Great weight. Top 4. It is, however, quite open. And Team Major has to think hard in this end. They're trying to steal 2 for the tie, and that's a tough ask, particularly when the other team has been shooting pretty well, particularly in their hits.
I don't know if you're trying to steal, you'd be trying to put up a guard, but they can't put up a guard now because that yellow rock there. They don't
Yep.
want to go with the yellow. So I think they're just trying for a back line hit to little cross nose of the yellow and slide over a little bit behind the guard.
Probably get away with hack with this line. We'll see. It is curling. That's a nice, clean release.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Tight.
titch tight. Yep.
Yeah, they should sweep that.
Yeah, I think that's going to curl a lot at that weight.
Yeah. Let's see.
They might make it.
Does not look like
No,
hit
it's not
weight
that guard.
of any sort. It looks like a draw weight.
Well,
All right, well, they've gotten themselves some more corner guards.
which is not what they need. But
Well, I mean, guards is guards.
It's better than a guard in front of the yellow rock anyway.
That's true. And
Freya calling for a draw.
Draw.
Not trying to hit a red rock like she would have in the previous end. I think
well, they're
she-
not able to right now, right?
Oh,
Or-
no, that's right. That's just a guard now.
Yep.
I think you're right. Good point.
Well, thanks. I often forget which rock I'm on in end, so I'm lucky to remember when I can and can't hit stuff anyway. So looks like this is curling quite a bit.
It's just a
It's
little,
a little light. Yeah, it's going to wind up just tickling the red, I think, maybe. Not even getting to it. Okay. Well, now they've created a little fort. I'd probably consider drawing behind that. What do you think? I mean, hit, sure, but hit and roll? Hit
They
and
need
flop
to.
behind cover?
They need to. So going under those guards seems reasonable.
Yeah. Hit and flop? Or just
know.
draw?
I don't know. I think it's important to get one in there protected.
Yeah.
And probably draw.
I think they're doing the hit, but I think this is going to overcurl, so that better be a draw.
That's got more weight than the other one, but they should be sweeping it, I think.
Yeah, I'm concerned that's going to go.
He's just
No,
going
they
to
got it.
nose it.
Wasting no time on calling for the hit.
No, it's right on it.
Let's see how much ice she gives. It's Becca throwing. Does Becca throw a little bit more weight than Camille?
I don't know.
Well, she's calling for the usual. Bump her up. Okay, I like that. Calling for sweeping right away. Camille's on it. Looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good.
Wow, it moved to the
It
end.
looks like
Yeah.
bumper
Roll
up.
it, roll it, roll it.
Yeah,
roll, roll, roll. Oh, all
surprised
it's done.
all of it. So
Wow.
it just took a turn there.
That really
surprisingly,
turned
but-
sideways, yeah. That actually rolled well further than I expected to.
It rolled to a pretty good spot. It's just behind the tee.
Yeah. Half open off the outside, but I don't think that's anybody's concern right now. Their team major is trying to draw behind cover like we discussed, get one in there buried.
So over on sheet C, it's Zach's first skip rock. Coming in now.
And that's in the 7th end on sheet C.
Is it going to get by the red? Yes.
Yes.
Is it too heavy?
Maybe.
Well, okay, not shot rock, but second.
Okay. Oh, this one was just a little light and wound up ticking the guard instead of getting past.
I don't think Camille's thrown a draw.
In a minute,
3 ends.
At least, yeah.
at least.
My prediction is bleak.
Well, let's find out.
That's heavy.
That's, as we've discussed, it's tough to come back from throwing hits to throwing draws. And you're right, that's more like hack weight, I think.
So sheet D is the will be hammer. So that was yeah. Wow, look at that.
Wow, that's
sheet
a lot of
D
yellow.
is. What do we do? Can I count 7? Did I count right that time?
That's a lot of yellow.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Tudor will be trying to draw to full red, basically.
Yep.
Over on sheet C, they are doing a draw to full red. Look at that, on the button, but it's not a we've already claimed the bag here for sheet D.
The bag box has been claimed. This is just a hair heavy for Team Major. They're going to sweep Freya, defensively sweeping it through.
Okay, on sheet D, the hammer for a tutor is just coming into view.
I think they waited too long to sweep it.
Yeah, it's just not doing anything. So, wow.
Ouch.
7 yellows.
Camille gets another chance at a draw here on sheet B.
It looks like heavy again.
It looks like
that does look like handshakes on sheet D.
It looks like a titch narrow, too.
It looks narrow and heavy.
Well, it's better than narrow and light.
Yeah, funnel.
Oh, that's going to tick that guard, I think. Will it sit down enough? Oh, no, it's not going to.
It might just rub.
Just going to clear it. Just going to clear it. Yeah, so close. Well, might stick around to the back, though. All right. It was a good adjustment on weight. Yep. And needed every bit of that weight to get past that guard.
A bit of a tick wouldn't have been bad either. Just a brush would have been.
Yes, a brush would have been great. But, you know, it was a good adjustment on weight because the last one was hack, and this came back to the back 12 at least. Could be a, you know. I feel a kinship. My draw weight has been sus this season.
So on sheet A, Penn gets another nice draw here. So Bucks taking a.
So it looks like this draw is pretty good.
This one's back 12
Nope.
Yeah.
ish, back 8, back 12.
Yeah.
Okay, out counting one of the yellows for what it's
Indeed.
worth. Oh, over on sheet D, C, that was hammer. So 2 red.
Okay.
So Penn up 11-4.
Camille's last shot here.
She's narrow again.
She is. I don't think this one's going to be as good of an outcome. They're trying to hold it out, but I think they're all over that red guard. The best they're going to do is do corner hit. Yeah. Luckily, it was relatively down weight, so the damage is minimal. Yeah. Everybody wants to just draw into this beautiful protected pocket. I don't blame them. It's just a tough ask right now.
So handshakes on sheet C.
Yep. The squid hat won the day. Regardless of the curling. I love the squid hat. So again, Team Major has to find a way to steal 2 here in the 8th if they'd like to have a shot at the win.
Yeah, it's a big shot.
Yes, it is.
They got to get in there.
Applause in the warm room for sheet D coming off the ice.
This looks tight-ish. It's going to be close. They got to sweep it.
It is
Gotta
tight.
sweep
That's on the yellows.
They're on the yellows.
They got to sweep it.
They're on
they
the
might
yellow.
tap it up into the red.
No.
Not enough of it.
Just we'll wick it open. All right.
So what do you do if you're yellow? Draw. Yeah, okay, looking at drawing in over there.
My concern on drawing around this side is
you
that
could
you
protect
might
that
set
stone.
You could protect that stone, but if you draw around and you leave it in a bad spot, you actually set yourself up for the possibility of giving up.
Yeah. I like
a setup.
I like a 2 guard, 3 guard on this side.
I like a guard much more than anything in the house over here. Absolutely.
Unless you get fully buried.
Unless you get fully buried. And we don't know what it's doing out here. Nobody's really thrown around the outside here. So this is, wow, it's light. It's probably pretty heavy out there. We haven't played on that ice much.
Yeah, just a hog.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
so
they've got to play on this stone.
they've got to, yeah. They need to remove that and give themselves a chance to, I mean, technically they get the win here if they can get 3.
A hack weight double on that one in the back.
Absolutely. I mean, that's got to be the call, right?
Yep.
Big hack.
Yeah, I think hack.
I like it. It's a tough call. I mean, it's a tough shot, but I like the call. I think we're all on board.
Yeah, just has to move that one in the back. What? 6 inches, 5 inches, whatever, something in there.
Well, even if they wind up just picking out that yellow that they're aiming for, they would get the tie.
Yeah, as long as
and then get to do skips rocks.
Yep.
So if they can, obviously if they can double things around, that'd be even better for them. But this is a tough shot. And we really haven't played around the outside very much.
Nope, as we just saw, it's a little bit slow out there. So.
Yeah. Although a little easier than...
Okay, it's got enough weight.
And it looks pretty
Line's
good.
pretty good.
They better
Looks
sweep
tight.
it.
Oh,
They
it's
gotta
tight. It's
sweep
moving.
it. They waited too long.
They did. Again, we don't know what it's doing out here, so that's a little tight. Let's see if something magical happens with the tap up, but I don't think it will.
Nope. Is that the game?
That's going to be the game. Yep.
So no score on the last end because...
No, there is only one rock left, so you would score it. It would be one yellow.
Yep.
Unless they've changed those rules in the last couple of years. I haven't looked lately. But I would count that as one yellow and score it as a 9-6 as the final.
So sheet A is the last game with a 6-end game.
It looks like Freya's going to throw her last rock anyway just for fun, but it's not actually going to count.
Okay. Well.
But just to see what she can do.
Yeah.
Why not? If the rock has to come back anyway.
Sure.
I'm not sure I would throw it.
I would not. She's throwing it off the edge, I think. Oh, no.
I think maybe she's trying to make the hack weight double.
Just to see if it's doable. No, it's pretty out there. It's just a draw.
Or maybe she wanted to throw her guard again. I don't know. No, she's
It's
just
the
drawing
draw.
in.
Yeah.
Just showing she can do it.
Yep. And she can.
But technically that would have been a score of 1 with mathematical doneness. Nice shot, though.
Yeah.
Well, should we watch the developmental game going on
Absolutely,
over here?
yeah.
So it's just the last 2 rocks to play there. Just
The
one rock to play, or 2
score's
rocks to
still
play.
tied.
It is tied coming home in the last end here on sheet A. And we're down to skips to stones, the last 2 rocks, 1 for each team. There's a lot of rocks in the house, but they're all behind the tee except for 1. Again, applause in the warm room as our featured sheet players exit the ice. Really nice environment. Lots of people here in the warm room. Players, parents, friends, volunteers. Some of those are overlapping. I've got a Venn diagram in my mind.
Looks like the soup's almost ready.
Ooh. I am food motivated. I mentioned that earlier.
So, yellow has hammer.
Yep. So
But that red stone is going to be tough to deal with.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what we got here.
So the last red rock you're seeing coming in here. So it's not sure what they're trying for, but that should be in. I
Draw
believe.
in, I would think, is the call, but we'll see
Yeah.
if we get there or not. Looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's plenty of weight. It's got back house.
It's got
weight.
backing. Nothing wrong with being a little over in that case. I think it might go through the port, though.
As long as it doesn't bump.
You don't
the
wanna mess
red-
up your-
yeah shot
No,
rock.
no,
It
you're
doesn't.
great.
Oh, the
Oh, that's
split.
pretty. And
but
it's not just split, but sitting on stuff.
But it leaves a pocket for.
It does.
All the
Buck
yellow just
Potomac
needs
team
1
landed
point,
for
right?
the
That's
Bucks
correct. This is a tie game. So this is hammer coming down, or will be in a moment.
team. Yeah.
They
so
did not waste any time calling their shot. They just need to sit on, really, just sit on that red rock.
Either red rock, as long as they don't go between them. If there's space between them.
Do we have an overhead?
Yeah, like in.
Yeah, let's look at the overhead view on the house just to see where things are sitting.
Oops, that's not there. Why is that not showing?
That's all right. There's,
Anyway.
there it is.
Huh.
Very good. So yes, as you say, you could sit on either of those.
Oh,
Or just a lightweight hit, heavy draw.
All right, so the delivery's in process. They've called off the sweepers. It's a bit wide, but I think it's going to come back some. Will it come back enough?
It's going to be close.
It might chip off that top red and roll out. Let's see.
It's going to be close.
Just rolled a little too far.
Almost.
So that'll be a steal for red,
So Potomac takes
but a really close
6-5
game.
win there.
That's some pretty exciting action over there.
Yep.
All right, well, that
Two?
concludes...
Is that just one.
Draw number 3.
That concludes draw number 3. Thank you very much, our able volunteer crew here. Again, thanks for joining us. We'll be back with another exciting draw at, what time's draw 4? Noonish?
Noon or 12:30.
Noon or
something,
12:30.
yeah.
You can look online for the draw. We hope you come back and watch with us. Thank you for joining us here at Potomac, and have a great day.